Welcome in, everybody, to Fantasy Pros MLB. This is Leading Off Live. It's me, Joey P. Joe P's up here with me always, my boy, the Welsh, and it's all of you, the Peanuts and the Cracker Jacks, live here on Twitch, twitch.tv/FantasyPros. Of course, you can always watch us video on demand on our YouTube channel at Fantasy Pros MLB. Yeah, subscribe today. Callie, turn your keyboard off.
Callie, with the live keyboard again.
Oh,
you were just trying to put J's on all the words, leading off with a J. We could hear you, Callie.
Yeah, we've got a J emote. We love our producer, Michael Callie, here, too. But every now and then he likes, I guess he's an official keyboard warrior with that loud typing, would you say? Yes?
That would be the thing. He's definitely a character this year. Callie has turned into a long-standing character with us.
All right, Peanuts and Cracker Jacks. Let's just get right after it because we've got a lot going on. And again, shout out. I saw the winner did indeed get his prize there. So very excited. John Smoltz jersey going out there to one of our winners here. We got more giveaways too. So again, comment below on the YouTube channel. Let's talk a little baseball here. Let's talk about the return of the King. Michael King's first outing was not good. His second outing was much, much, much better. 11 strikeouts over 5 shutout innings and a win over the Guardians yesterday. So, Welsh, let's start there because Michael King, that window of panic, probably gone. Window of buying, absolutely gone. Maybe it never existed in the first place, but it was really good to see for those of you who invested in Michael King as a fantasy ace look like the dominant Michael King of 2024.
We talked about it in yesterday's show where it was kind of like, isn't it weird, these guys that have these weird trends, whether it's like, Bailey Ober in the first game or Happy Wednesday or Marcus Semien in the first half. Maybe this is going to be a thing with the starter version of Michael King. Michael King got blasted last year against the Dodgers. I want to say it was the first 2 starts. This was a tough matchup. This is a team, first off, that didn't strike out a bunch. I want to say the prop on his strikeouts was so tempting. It was around like 5.5 because just no one knew what was going to go on. But he looked great. He struck out 11. Velo stuff was kind of in line. He wasn't, which is really interesting here. And this shows you the swing and miss type of stuff I want to throw out. Not only did he have 18 whiffs, that's a dominant performance, 46% whiff percentage across his pitches. 40%, he threw his changeup more than anything, 40% whiff rate, elite. 64% on the fastball, ridiculous. Sweeper, 30%, sinker, 40%. Those are ridiculous numbers. But he did it against a Guardians team that does not strike out a bunch. And he was under 50% zone percentage for like 83% of his pitches. So 83% of his pitches were not in the zone, and he was getting those whiffs because of movement and the stuff. Michael King is back. We should feel very, very good about that. That was a very tough matchup. Even if he was good, the strikeouts could have been suppressed by the Guardians. But I'm like across the board, thoroughly impressed. Wish I had bet it. Wish I had the cojones. Wish I wasn't a little gun shy on it. But should feel very good. I would say the window is definitely closed on any buying opportunity after the bad start.
I looked at last year's too. I found it over on StatMuse. So yeah, first start was against the Dodgers, 3 innings, gave up 3 earned runs. And then his fourth start of the year was against the Dodgers too, where he gave up 4 earned runs, 6 hits in 5 innings. So
Dodgers got your number.
It's tough. It's actually, he was even bad again, but he was bad against Philly in April. He was bad. He just had kind of a bad start to the season last year. Even against Colorado, 8 hits, 4 earned, and 3 2/3.
What was that second start after the Dodgers?
He had a Dodger start, then he had 2 Giant starts in a row. First Giant start was mediocre. 6 strikeouts, 4 innings, 2 earned. It was decent. The second one better, and then the Dodger one was bad. Against Milwaukee, he got a loss. Against Colorado, he got a loss. And Philly, he got a loss. And then May happened, and May was dazzling. May really just kind of took off for him. So slow starters sometimes happen. I want to talk about Wild's question here. Do we get any Kaiser Trex reads today? No. Not today. You'll have to stay tuned for the next Kaiser Trex there. There's also a J emote that's floating around there sometime. I know that too. Also, not quite 11 strikeouts, but 10. Logan Gilbert, 3 runs, 10 Ks over 5. Incredible outing from him. And Shane Baz, young starting pitcher from the Tampa Rays there. You've got Shane Baz with 10 strikeouts. That's a career high for him. 6 innings in a win over the Pirates. So Baz, a guy that a lot of people had expectations for. You have Baz, you have Pepio. Eventually, you hope a healthy returning Shane McClanahan. This Rays rotation, again, is right back in that driver's seat. It is amazing what they can do in terms of acquiring young pitchers in trades and what they do growing young pitchers too. The Rays continue to just be that model there where just pitching happens in Tampa.
Did you see too that the Rays trolled the Pirates with this big graphic of like, here are the starters the Pirates could have had? And it was, Tyler Glasnow, Garrett Cole, Shane Baz was one of those. But, Baz, not to like get too like focal on this because who cares at the things that I was thinking about doing. Baz was another one of those just because we've seen a lot of lack of discipline from the Pirates. This was one of those where I was like, man, the strikeout potential could be interesting, but it was a little wonky in spring. But curveball was ridiculous. He ended up having 18 called strikes and whiffs, 53% CSW percentage. It looked absolutely elite, and it was in the zone. His fastball looked really good as well. It was, setting up the curve, and the slider was there. Very, very encouraged by that start. I still think you need to cautiously like walk around with that one, but very good. And I'll say on the other end, poor Thomas Harrington. Thomas Harrington get the call
we'll
up.
Get to him.
Yeah, was not the great start that the rookie was hoping in the Pirates lore here. But Shane Baz definitely taking a tier up. And teams with like lower half of discipline, he's going to be probably a phenomenal starter.
Yeah. Next up here, Suarez stays hot for the D-backs. Eugenio, 5th homer of the year. Unbelievable there. D-backs do eventually beat the Yankees 7-5 on Tuesday.
Did you know that he has 5 hits on the season? They're
homers.
Only homers.
That's it.
It's it. That's all that he has.
Homers.
Did you know also that you can get like a total base prop of 2 total bases for almost 2-1 today? I mean, I guess, he's only got 5 hits, but they always go extra base. Eugenio Suarez is on a thing right now. Yeah. Who would you rather have rest of season right now, Eugenio Suarez or Alex Bregman?
I'll still take Bregman. Suarez is just so streaky over his career.
Bregman struggling, power. I get it.
But I expect a Bregman struggle too. Anybody who's a free agent, new place, they tend to getting off to good starts is typically not what happens. But someone got paid yesterday too, and it was a Padres. So Michael Calley, our producer, very happy about this. Jackson Merrill goes from Welsh's pick for Rookie of the Year last year to a 9-year, $135 million extension. Look, this is a great idea by the Padres. You lock him up. What are you going to do? Show us one of your balls? Is that what you're going to do?
I am going to show you something. I'm not going to show you one of my balls, though, Joe.
Well, I mean, you got so many balls around, so I figured you.
This is not a Kaisertrex. This is not a Kaisertrex read. No. What I'm going to show you is the infamous Jackson Merrill plus 1,700 card. That is his inscription.
So shiny, so reflecty right now.
There
you go. That's better.
It's very reflecty. Yeah. Sorry, there it is. Jackson Merrill. He inscribed his Rookie of the Year odds, and unfortunately,
I wish had he won that would have been.
It would have been
all-time great.
All-time.
You know what? It's even better that he didn't because he believed it. There you go. Yeah. So Merrill, very smart. You've got Tatis locked up. You got Merrill locked up. You've got Cease. You got King. You've got a core there. Machado's going to start to age out eventually, but. Good job by the Padres kind of locking up your young superstar. Also, speaking of young superstars, Casey Mize, 5 2/3 shutout innings, 6 strikeouts, beats the Mariners. Again, Mariners still can't hit. So Casey Mize, once upon a time, was one of these can't miss pitching prospects. He had a really good spring. Are we looking at Casey Mize finally on the rise?
We 100% are. I'll be honest with you. I would love it. I don't know if one of our guys can run the poll. I would love to have a poll up on YouTube. Maybe we can run for 3 or 4 minutes of Alex Bregman versus Suarez. On a smaller element of it, there's kind of we were talking positively about Shane Baz. I love what I saw out of Casey Mize. 15 swinging whiffs, and that was in a game where Logan Gilbert was absolutely dominant. 22 swinging whiffs, 10 strikeouts, does what he does. But Casey Mize went primary fastball, slider, splitter, which that's a very, very good combo. Last year, he was 35% fastball, 29% slider, 18% splitter. Be careful about that. Splitter was up a tiny bit more. It was one of the most ridiculous swing and whiff pitches. It was vintage why he was the number 1 overall pick. I'm kind of in on Casey Mize, and I think there might even be an argument, maybe Mize over a guy like Baz. So where I moved Mackenzie Gore up. I'm not saying we're there, but we're close. We're close.
I'm not there, but that's a very hot take, Welsh. That is on a Wednesday, a very hot take here. Here's a question here where you try to take your questions. Also, Deez has a question. What do I do with Casas? You hold. You hold, you wait. Eventually, things will turn around. Boston offense, not doing so hot right now.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Also, we cannot. Nothing slides in this show, in this chat. It was Kaisertrex yesterday. The day before, it was the J on the names. Today, it's apparently my new pitch, the slitter, that everybody is just
well, I mean, I was hoping you wouldn't, go back to it, but you did. I thought we might be able to get past that.
I'll try to create a grip for it.
In the realm of, I'm going to see if I can make this transition, things that should never be seen or heard from. There was a list yesterday that went out, and I know these are clickbaity lists, and I hate that. But Dan Plesac of MLB Network likes to put out these lists of the best starting pitchers. Now, I know the caveat here was April 1st, right? That was okay. As of April 1st, here's the best pitchers in baseball. But if you're going to say the best pitchers in baseball, to me, you better still add in the best pitchers in baseball. Zach Gallen, not on this list. Spencer Strider, who is on his way back, not on this list. Now, I get it. It's all these guys who have pitched now, but even the order of this is freaking
I don't think it's even about the guys that didn't make it. I think it's about number 24 on this list.
Herman Marquez 14? In the top 25. Just saying it. Nick Pivetta, I know he had a nice start. I love Jeffrey Springs, but this is so silly. I mean, Mackenzie Gore at 16, just because he had one really great outing against the Phillies, is all of a sudden the 16th best pitcher in baseball. I mean, the Bryce Miller is arguably the third best pitcher on his own team, potentially. I don't know. Why do we do this?
This looks like the shredder. You seen those shredder things where it's like, here's the best
but at least that's numbers based, and I understand that. Like there's tangible stuff there.
What numbers is the shredder using? It's like it's like preschool, just little 1, 3A. It's not, I don't know what that is. This is the human version of the shredder here. And it's Brady Singer being a better pitcher than Logan Webb, Chris Sanchez, Max
Aaron Nola, Corbin Burns, that on this list. I mean, there's a lot of guys. The comment section though is what I run to when I see these lists.
God, because
let's take a look at some of the fun comments here. These were two of my favorite ones. I just kind of picked them out here. Eric Butler writes, Spencer Strider is still alive. I love that. Yes, he is still alive. And then just incredible, Dan Plesac would get owned in fantasy baseball.
Wasn't Just Incredible ECW wrestler too?
He was ECW wrestler. Yeah. Had a little cup of coffee in the WCW, I believe, as well. And I want to say did have a cup of coffee when they redid ECW also back in the day. For more wrestling, check out my latest In This Ring podcast.
There you go.
Like that little drop there. Also, we have some live look footage too on the off day of Rafael Devers BP. So I want to show that to everybody too. See if we can pick out some of the things that are going well for him, maybe going a little bit better for Rafael Devers. So let's pull this up. So here we go. It's not going well.
I mean, the swing's looking better.
It's out of shape.
It's faster. That swing is looking faster. Get it, Rafi.
I agree. The bat velo looks better.
That's a good. He's like he's trying to like shovel. This is a good. I really like the end of it. Hold on, this is my favorite part right here. This is where the bat speed comes in. Oh, and another one, and another one. Get it? It's really good. Mark DeRosa,
like he's swatting at flies.
It is 100%. I will say this: Mark DeRosa did a breakdown, like a 5-minute video on MLB Network. I thought it was really, really good. And it showed some of the difference. We're going to just keep this up.
We could pull this down.
Yeah, we could probably pull this down. And
that's
we can
enough
talk
of humiliating Rafael Devers for now.
Yeah, we can or you know what? Maybe the whole show will be like that. So, hi. Or but he did this really interesting breakdown. We all know about the bat speed that it's down 3 miles per hour. I talked about it in our latest trade video, which you guys can check out on the Fantasy Pros MLB channel. Joe and I going back and forth on some trade candidates. The bat speed is really prevalent. A lot of people are talking about the shoulder, but in the video, I highly suggest to go look at it. It also shows the front side of Rafael Devers and how his legs are spread out and how late he is right now. They synced up these two videos, these two at bats from 24 and 25, and how late Devers is to the movement and his hands at a point of explosion when the ball's coming in. His hands are still back. So not only is the bat speed worse, 3 miles per hour, not only is there maybe a shoulder thing, he's late across the board. I still don't know what to do about it. Like, I feel like if someone's selling super low, I might be kind of interested. because the things are very fixable that we're looking at, but maybe they're not fixable. Maybe maybe
I don't like what I see.
Yeah,
I think
maybe it's
a lot
the
up here,
weight
too.
and the shoulder and the head, maybe all that
weight.
stuff.
I think it's
exactly.
the shoulder strength. I think it's the mental aspect. We had a big talk about this. I don't want to take all the time up because there's a video right now on the YouTube channel, FantasyPros MLB, where we talked about Rafael Devers in depth. It's on the latest trade video, so watch that. Talk about De La Cruz, Bailey Ober, a couple guys in there, so go check that out. By the way, speaking of checking things out, let's check out who's new sub to Twitch today. Welsh, we got some new ones, I believe.
Yeah, we got some people. We got Z Purple subscribed. That was a non-prime subscribe. Might be the first one. So Z Purple might be the first person just getting a good old sub. Eget subscribed with Prime. And we got a bunch of followers. Shout out to J Roz. And I mean, just a gajillion people have signed up here. So shout out to that. Which also the bigger shout out across is, think of how long we've been doing this. We're already over the 50 sub marker and we're closing in on 600 followers. So shout out to you guys. Makes it, we can do even more here. So we love you. Thank you. Mwah.
The Mario hat and mustache too for YouTube is in my cart at Amazon. I'm ready to purchase it when we get 25,000. So I refused to purchase it before. I don't want to jinx it. We're getting very close though. Beef is a question here. Rafael Devers has been doing a good enough job of humiliating himself. Would you trade for Vientos or Bregman for him? Interesting. So who'd you rather have rest of season, Devers or Vientos or Bregman?
I would
rank them. I like Vientos, Bregman, Devers. That's right. I said it. That's my order.
I'm okay. I think it's too early to be too reactionary. I'm going to say Devers, Bregman, Vientos, but if we don't see like a change that's going to happen over the next 3 weeks, it'll go Bregman, Devers, Vientos. Vientos is at the bottom of the list.
I was in a conversation on the YouTube channel with somebody, and I said that the problem you run into with Devers is if this is what I think it is, which is an unhappy player in a bad mood, in a new routine, he's not used to do. This is hard. Edgar Martinez, arguably the greatest DH ever to do it, talked about how difficult that transition was from being an everyday player to being an everyday DH. It was really tough for him mentally and the physical preparation of it. So that's somebody who was buying in. And this is somebody who's not buying into, who doesn't want to do it. Is even more difficult. The problem is you get to the All-Star break, right? And if things haven't turned around, his value is completely shot to trade. You have wasted most of your season. And if you're in any sort of league that has playoffs, you're really in a tough spot here. Let's go to MS's question here. SOS Smoke Signal lineup. Stranded with Tom Hanks on an island. Vlad, Westberg, Riley Pena, James Wood, O'Neill Cruz, Butler, Shohei Ohtani, Vinny P, Matt Shaw. So what's I don't understand. Is there a question in here?
Are you trying to figure which one do you eat because you're on an island? I don't know what's the question here. You guys are gonna have a great pickup
because he's 2 meals.
You're gonna have a great pickup game on that island. Tom Hanks has got to go. He's the least athletic one, so Tom Hanks has to go on your island. If that's the question.
So yeah, I mean the lineup looks pretty good. I'm not sure what the question is. Let's continue on here with the rookie Lookie. You mentioned him just 2 days ago. Nick Kurtz. He's back at it again. 3 for 6, 2-run homer, 3 ribbies. He is knocking on the door right now. 471 batting average. It looks really good. Now it's PCL, so again, PCL, but this might be a stash guy. Jason Dominguez. I got so many questions yesterday. What do I do with Jason Dominguez? I'm like, wait. It's the 1st of April. What are we doing here? Guess what? 2 for 3, his first homer, so that's good. Emiliano Teodo struck out 4 guys, 2 perfect innings. Pardon me. So is this a guy to be looking at as a potential relief help for this Rangers bullpen as the season goes on? I'm not saying he's an ad. I'm saying maybe he's a watch list guy.
So I'm going to do a very I've been saying type of thing, but if you followed me for a long time, Teodo.
Okay.
So I followed Teodo for a couple years now. He was in the AFL, not this past year, the year prior, and was disgusting. But then last year, they stretched him out as a starter. I interviewed James Triantos. You can check out on Prospect One. And I think this was a part of that was on the CBS show that I was doing. And I asked Triantos about Teodo. And he said Teodo is one of the most disgusting pitchers he had ever faced. And he was working in relief in that AFL. Throws 101, has a slider that he can throw for command. But he was starting all last year. This year, they've made the commitment that he's just out of the bullpen. He's a future closer right now. There is, I suppose, room. I don't think they would throw him right into it. Bochy's very weird. Bochy's going with Luke Jackson, so I don't think it's happening. But if if you want a top list of future closer dynasties, it starts with Montgomery and Tampa Bay. That guy is going to be a top 5 closer in Major League Baseball once he's given the opportunity. Throwing 100 lefty, he's disgusting. Teodo might be the same thing, but he's not going to get the opportunity. But when he does, again, he pumps into triple digits. He's got a great slider. He's an awesome stash. If he comes up to the majors, I don't know. Take a look, because like if Chris Martin is stinking and Luke Jackson is stinking, he might get some saves, but I wouldn't pick him up in like a redraft right now. I love Teodo though.
Yeah, certainly a guy worth monitoring. He's at AAA already. Red Sox shortstop prospect Marcelo Mayer, not to be confused with Mike Mayer. One has a lot of talent, one has none. 2 for 4 with a 3-run homer on Tuesday in AAA, which brings us to today's Chasing Challenges segment here, brought to you by Microsoft. Just like the athletes who push boundaries and redefine what's possible in business, decision makers today are turning challenges into opportunities, and Microsoft meets you where you are with tools and guidance to help you make an impact with safe, secure AI solutions. Just like that Freddie Freeman picture from yesterday, generated by AI. I needed a Freddie Freeman picture. Boom! It's brought to you. There you go. Solution, problem solved. Whatever challenges you're facing, Microsoft empowers you with the expertise to say, bring it on. In this segment, we're going to spotlight the challenges faced by the Red Sox logjam of young talent, because Mayer's hitting. Christian Campbell looks like a future rock star, superstar. You've got Roman Anthony, who is tearing cover off the ball right now to start the minor league season. And the Red Sox, I know it's only a week in, are finding themselves at the bottom of this division, which is extremely competitive. The Blue Jays are going to do everything they can to compete, and they have some real legitimate talent. They signed Santander in the offseason. Bichette hopefully bounces back. Vlad playing for a contract. You've got the Orioles lineup, which never quits. You've got the Yankees, who are always going to be the Yankees. And now this Rays pitching staff, again, we talked at the top of the show. Rays pitching staff looks very formidable, and these young kids are really coming on quickly. And that leaves the Red Sox in a precarious situation, because they cannot wait too long in order to win games and fall behind, because this division is going to be very competitive. I'm not going to say they're falling behind in April and panic mode yet, but at a certain point, there might have to be some hard decisions made where a guy like Rafaela goes to the bench. I know Abreu's hitting right now, but is he really your future? I don't know. Yoshida eventually is going to come back and make this even more of a mess, potentially. Trades are going to have to be made. Decisions are going to have to be made. And maybe if Rafael Devers doesn't want a DH, maybe somebody else does, and Rafael Devers gets moved on. All I know is the Red Sox don't want to wait too long, maybe 6-8 weeks at most into the season before some hard decisions have to get made, and that challenge turns into an opportunity for some of these young players. And that is today's Chasing Challenges segment. Remember, Microsoft AI solutions empower you to take bold steps and new ideas to help drive your business forward. With Microsoft as your trusted partner, you can navigate your journey with confidence, finding innovative solutions and reaching new possibilities. Visit Microsoft.com/challengers to learn more. Let's do 3 up, 3 down. Dustin May, 1 earned run, 6 strikeouts, 5 innings, beat the Braves, can't beat the Dodgers. I tried yesterday. I couldn't. I lost that bet. Logan Webb, even with Chris Sale, damn it, I still couldn't beat the Dodgers.
0-6. I think they're the only winless team in baseball right now. Ridiculous.
Unbelievable. The Logan Webb delivered a great performance Tuesday over the Astros. 1 run, 5 hits over 7 innings. And Nate Eovaldi, what a start from him. You know, Nate Eovaldi, an incredibly underrated asset going into the year. 3rd career shutout Tuesday, shut out the Reds in 99 pitches too. So that was like Greg Maddux-like yesterday.
Yeah, he was incredible. I mean, would have loved a tiny bit more run support for my run line of 1.5 on the Rangers. They won 1-0, but Eovaldi has been fantastic. We're seeing strikeouts. We're seeing consistency. He is going to be a super, super sneaky back into the rotation push, because most people probably got him as an SP5. Might even potentially look, I just throw it out there, like if someone is just really vying for someone that's going to push innings and stuff, maybe there's a trade side of it, because, you know, mid-year, I think we're going to taper back down a little bit, but there's a really big value for players that can push innings, especially early on in the season, as much as he did. And this team is going to win a lot with the Rangers. So Eovaldi definitely on an arrow tick up.
So do Braves get a win first, or Devers gets a hit first? It's a fun question.
That's a good question. How cool would it be?
Something good to the show. Thank you.
How cool would it be if it was the Braves versus the Red Sox, and we could literally have it?
When does that happen?
I am gonna say
that would be very dangerous. It's a proposition for both entities if we wait that long. But
what
I'm
is
gonna
the
say Braves get a win first. That's what I'm gonna say.
Braves are at the Dodgers. I'm going to say Devers gets the hit. I'm going to say Devers gets a hit today against Eflin. I'm going to go with that because the Braves have got the Dodgers again. So
Okay,
give me
drop
Devers.
it in the comments, everybody. I want to know. Braves win, Devers hit. Which happens first? Let us know. All right, with the ups come the downs. Justin Steele, we hate putting our friend on here, but 4 runs, 6 strikeouts, and 6 2/3. Severino, not good in that game either. 5 earned runs, 6 strikeouts over 6 innings. And Thomas Harrington, who's you teased at the top of the show, it was not a great first outing for him of 2025. 6 runs over 4 innings. I don't know how much of this start you got to see. It was his major league debut. Obviously, there's going to be nerves there, but any takeaways from that Harrington start?
Yeah, I mean, not a lot of whiffs in it. Consistency was definitely a problem. His fastball, I joke about like you don't want fastballs to be like 30% zone because you're not throwing strikes. Well, he was 75% zone on the fastball. So it got some stuff done, but nobody cared. The secondaries had nothing. He throws a splitter, 35% zone percentage, sweeper, 22%. He's throwing a fastball in the zone where no one has to worry about the secondaries and they're teeing off on the fastball. He'll get better. Splitter's a really interesting pitch. He deadened that thing out. It's got like that changeup type of life. So it's like it's a good pitch. If the sweeper he was throwing for command, he'll get there. There's some encouraging stuff, but yeah, he got rocked around a little bit, and welcome to the big leagues, dude.
Welcome to big leagues, son. By the way, I think we have clarity. That question about the lineup was, do I start making changes? And the answer is no.
Oh.
We're a week into the season. If you have a bad week in July, nobody cares. We just go, oh, what a crap week, and we move on. But everybody, if their team struggles the first week or 2 weeks, they freak out. If you like the players you drafted and you did a good job drafting them, you have a team that's got Ohtani on, like, what are you worried about?
I'll make minimal moves. Like, I get it. I've had multiple people 3 days in.
Minimal moves are things like, okay, I've got Rafael playing second base in a deep league and Otto Lopez is on the waiver wire. Like, maybe that's a move I'm going to make.
Well,
I'm going to go make that move and see if I can catch lightning in a bottle with Lopez. That's the kind of stuff you're doing.
I had a listener hit me up like, hey, Nico Horner's on the wire and here's my roster. And it was like, get rid of Rengifo for Horner. Like, that's fine. I've had people like really concerned about Tully. And it's like, well, hey, listen, if you're like, you don't like what's going on, you don't want to wait it out. Okay. But remember, we're not even a week into the full regular season. You don't want to sit complacent, especially if there's good viable stuff, but to make moves just because it's like, should I blow this thing up after 4 days? No, you should chill for a little bit. Let's get a couple weeks in. Hopefully it's not a complete disaster, but yeah, you got Ohtani and stuff. You're good to go, man.
I love our audience. They make me laugh. I'm going to, this is a little inappropriate, but I'm going to bring it up anyway. Devers currently weighing in at 240, or the batting average of 240. So there you go. Is he hitting above his weight in 2025?
I think he's going to bounce back. He hit 270 last year.
We shouldn't do that. That's not nice. We shouldn't do that.
Well, yeah, I can do it. You
can do it. Okay,
so,
fine.
Yeah.
Well,
thanks, Marie.
I'm fit fat.
Rude.
I can go out there and I can run 3 miles and then I'll eat a sleeve of Oreos. I can do that. I'm fit fat.
I can do that.
That's
too.
who I am. Although I have trimmed down significantly in the last month and a half. I try to take better care of myself here. I'm on the program, Welsh. I'm working hard. When you see me in a couple weeks, by the way, that's like 2 weeks away where Welsh and I will be in the same place doing leading off together. That's going to be wild. First time ever.
Did you know that this was brought to my attention, something we should do? And I think it's an incredible idea. What if we did like a home run derby together and we filmed it as something? We should do something like that. Yeah. Torpedo bat. We'll torpedo bat. Or we try to strike each other out.
I'll even hit with the wood. If you got a wood, I don't care. I'll be ready. Let me know. Wood. I'm not going to travel with the bat. That's going to be a pain in the ass. But if you've got the bats.
Yeah, I'm not asking you to bring a bat on the plane. We'll be good.
Well, I usually do because I'm Italian. We just travel with bats and other things. But, we'll see how it goes.
So be on the lookout. Maybe we'll do that.
Be on the lookout for my playbook, too. If you want to manage all your lineups, all your teams in one spot, my playbook is for you. Download the app wherever you get your apps or go to fantasypros.com/MLB my playbook. Get all of the baseball news for your teams, your players, rankings, analysis. It's all there on my playbook. And remember, you can set your lineups all from one spot with one app to rule them all. It's my playbook for MLB. Let's get to the injuries here. Yankees' Aaron Boone told reporters that Clark Schmidt is going to make his season debut on April 15 or 16 against the Royals. He's not sure yet. He'll figure it out. Bad news for Reynaldo Lopez, a guy I was fading anyway off the brilliant 2024 that kind of came out of nowhere. He's going to miss at least a couple months, maybe even the season with the shoulder surgery. So we'll keep an eye on that. Get you more updates when we know. Brian Bayo, charged with 4 runs and 2 2/3 of an inning. or 2 1/3 innings, excuse me, at AAA, and then Edward Cabrera working his way back from that blister, 1 run over 3 innings. I know your boy Lance was really high on Cabrera, so is that somebody you're speculating on anywhere?
Yeah, I mean, Marlins pitchers look kind of good right now. It's stream. It's strictly stream, though. I mean, I still think
was pretty good last night, you know?
Well, yeah, I mean, Alcantara looks phenomenal. I think
but
he's
Alcantara,
really locked in.
We've got Cabrera possibly, you know.
You're like, yeah, there's some other guys, some other one. Yeah, he's a streamer. Again, like bottom, higher strikeout teams. The Marlins are being sneaky. All credit to them with how much I was dogging on them. Their offense is doing some stuff. Stowers at the top. Xavier Edwards is a super tough out. It's a weird constructed, goofy team, but they are having tough at bats. They're scoring a few runs. So by virtue of that, a guy like Cabrera, if he can hold down an offense, great. Now, don't start him against the Braves and stuff like that. But Pirates, a high strikeout team. Yeah, Cabrera could be a good streamer.
I think we get Cousin Donnie out there throwing some BP to us. We get an L screen and we go out there and do. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the field situations are, but
we got it's Arizona, baby. There's fields left and I might be able to get us on the Royals facility in their stadium right now. They're not
say when it. I'm ready to go. This old fart can still hit. I don't want to run around the bases anymore, but I can still hit. How do you feel about streaming Burke today against the Twins? I feel good about it, tell you the truth, because I know
Twins. I would probably normally be maybe a little bit trepidatious, but the Twins have just been like really, really bad to start the season. You've got some obviously like strikeout issues there and offensive issues. So yeah, Burke looked really good. I would be cool with it.
All right, so we're on board there, 2 for 2 on that one. Let's get to our favorite segment too, because Welsh, it's time for the best bets
of the day
with Joey P and the Welsh. So let's take a look at these. For me, Hunter Green over on the strikeouts, over 6.5 Ks, and then the Jay's back. Zach Wheelshire,
oh, no.
How's your Faja? It's a high number, guys. It's 8.5, but the Jay is returned. It's there again. 8.5 Ks over. I think you can get to 10 today in this matchup. -110. Shohei Ohtani total bases. Let's go over 1.5 at -115. And Cody Bellinger to hit home run today. I know you've had your questions about Zach Gallen, and I have some questions about Cody Bellinger's torpedo bat. But +800, that's a big number for Cody B to go yard here. So I like that one. Welsh, where are your best bets of the day today?
Yeah, I don't hate it. I tapered back, even though I'll say this, like it kills me. Yesterday, I'm 1-2 from yesterday. I missed the total runs by a run. I missed the run line on the Rangers by 1. Process was good. Absolutely nailed Corbin Carroll on the total bases. You got that at +150. And if I had the cojones to bet the homer, it was 6-1. So hopefully you guys did. I paired away. There are so many interesting prop bets today, especially in the pitching market. They're so high. They're all so high. So what I decided to do was I went with the Tigers, Detroit first 5 money line. This is backing Tariq Skubal to dominate through the first 5, push at worst, or I'm hoping to take that win. And I went with a Nerfy today. Paul Skeens.
Or did you go with a Nifry?
Yeah, we have the Nifry.
No freaking runs.
Yeah, no runs, first inning, Pittsburgh, Tampa Bay, Ryan Pepio, and Paul Skeens. The Pirates offense has been a little squirrely. I love Paul Skeens to dominate the Rays. It is a heavy juice play, but it is the one that I like the most. So I'm playing a little bit easy on the card here today. Might add a couple. I got one other little like strikeout thing on the Betting Pros app, but again, I'm still trying to get my feet under it. So first 5, Detroit and Pittsburgh, Tampa Bay, Murphy for me.
All right, let's get to the home run board today because it's time. I still can't get on that bad boy. So we're up to 6 still.
This is disgusting. This disgusts me, and I want this fixed immediately. I am at 3 homers. We didn't put me. Look at what that says there. Shergy and one other.
Oh my God, you're one other.
Is me.
It's so great.
I should be 10 on this board. Corbin Carroll smashed a homer. Disgusting. The hate and the disrespect.
Yeah, you did get the Carroll homer. Wow, you're having a good start.
I'm having a great start. I should be 10.
Everyone gave me crap last year because I didn't have any home runs and I started taking, Judge and Ohtani. So today, I'm going to take Ohtani. That's right. That's what I'm going to do. Shohei Ohtani, 2-1 for a home run. Give me Shohei. And you're going with a torpedo boy, aren't you?
I am going. Look at Mike Mayer saying, I support Welsh being the +1. I'm the +1 now. That fix for tomorrow. I don't know how often I'm going to be on that board this year. Yeah, I'm going to go with Elly De La Cruz and the torpedo bat. That is a very, very early game in here, but Elly, actually, I think it actually might be going on here in just 1 second, but Jack Leiter, obviously when that fastball sits around the zone, I think Ellie's going to turn on it and get me Elly, get me 4 on the board. So they don't even have a choice but to put me on the thing tomorrow. Dang it.
That'd be amazing, right? Like, what if this was your one opportunity? What if, like, you always were behind and then you were just one other?
It's very likely
all season. I mean, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, I don't know. By the way, Elly is almost 3.5 to 1 on FanDuel right now. Plus 330 for a home run call.
I like the Elly call out. Now we've got a lot of bonus baseball for you today. So I know baseball's going on right now. We've already started some games. Games are going on. However, you can continue to get questions answered 2 places: on our Discord, where you can also make your home run calls, fantasypros.com/chat. Join our Discord because the Welsh and Joe Rico are going to be there cleaning up after the show today. That's at 1 Eastern, right? So you can hang out with those guys, talk a little baseball, get your questions answered. And then if you want more questions answered, head to our YouTube channel, because on YouTube, 4 p.m. Eastern, subscribe. You can't ask a question if you don't subscribe. Ring the bell till it goes ding, just in case you're busy with stupid life things like work or errands or your kids and family and all that stuff. Ugh, the worst. Don't miss it. Ring the bell till it goes ding. Subscribe to the channel. 4 p.m. Eastern. The Q&A with Joey P and the Welsh will be on there. We'll take your questions for about an hour or two. If it's trades, if it's lineups, if it's, just life stuff, anything you can think of, we'll be ready to tackle it. Again, that's every Wednesday here in season for us too. So for those missing us live on the YouTube channel, don't freak out. We'll be there. So be there with us today and every Wednesday for that chat. Also, before we go today, sad news, passing of an incredible actor. I know a guy who, maybe wasn't always well liked in certain circles too in the Hollywood world, maybe a controversial person at times, but as an actor, Val Kilmer was about as good as it gets. Tombstone, one of my all-time favorite movies, and his portrayal of Doc Holliday, possibly my top 3 performances ever by an actor. He didn't get nominated even for an Academy Award for that, or for Jim Morrison in The Doors, which he was incredible in that too. It's sad. I knew he had been ill for a long time. He had cancer. He had issues. He ended up passing away of pneumonia. But incredible career. Heat, Top Gun. The list goes on and on. I know he played Batman too, and some people like that. Some people didn't. But Tombstone is one of those movies for me, Welsh. If it's on, I'm watching it. Period. End of story. And Doc Holliday, just all-time great. So many incredible lines and moments in that movie. Any Val Kilmer performance for you stand out more than another?
The Jim Morrison one. It was actually, I liked his performance so much. I was like, man, Jim Morrison. I got obsessed with The Doors, and my very elitist uncle, who's a music guy, would shame me for being he's like, Jim Morrison's just a dirtbag and blah, blah, blah. Jim Morrison was some pop singer or something like that. But I loved that movie and just loved his portrayal. Obviously, Tombstone is great. Lots of great Val Kilmer stuff. Just sad that whatever that the sickness and stuff that was dealing with, we just didn't see him.
Yeah.
We didn't see him for a long time.
Well, yeah, he had trouble speaking. I think it was the cancer had stripped away his vocal cords and throats. Even in the Top Gun movie in the last one, he couldn't, he barely could get those words out there. But I don't want to leave everybody on a down note. It's sad. We celebrate a legend. Go watch a cool Val Kilmer performance today. But in case you are, looking to spend some money today and have some fun, check these out. The new action figures, Joey P and the Welsh, are available. So it's me, Joey P. It comes with a black book. Welsh, of course, comes with a ball. I don't know if it's autographed with somebody, but he's always taking his ball out to show everybody. So these are available right now on our shop.
Welshism sold separately at the bottom. Welshism sold separately. So it's got the same. We got the same shirt on today. Yes. Available now.
I was going to say you are wearing the shirt.
I'm wearing the actual shirt. I don't have the hat on here. It is Joey P and Welsh action figures coming to a store to you. Microphones, baseballs, black books, no Welshisms. Get them today, my friend. Welshisms sold separately.
There you go. Leaving on a high note, that's what we like to do here. All right, that'll do it for us, but the story of the game goes on. For the Welsh, I'm Joey P. See you next time, kids. Enjoy your baseball.
I'll be a Huckleberry.
Oh, God. That scene where he goes, maybe cards on your game. Maybe we should try a spelling contest. God, it's so many, so many good ones. You're a daisy if you do. Great movie. Great movie. God, I love that. Tombstone.